what we're going to do is we're going to look at AI, and not just AI in general, we're going to look at AI image generators. Is everybody
Does everyone know what an image generator is?
Yeah? Is there anybody who doesn't? Then you can raise your hand, no shame.
Please raise your hand.
Yeah, one hand. Then we will very quickly explain, but I think most of you actually know, that's quite nice. Basically, very shortly, AI image generators are image generators. They make images based on artificial intelligence technology, so machine learning. Very shortly, it's a program where you put in a prompt, a bit of text, and based on the text, it generates a picture. It's as simple as that. Nothing too fancy, but actually it is quite fancy and interesting. But what we will be doing today is taking a little closer look at these systems. Because around, well, 2 years ago, these AI image generators became quite popular. Yeah. ChatGPT was already a thing, but then DALL-E, for instance, came up, the image generator of ChatGPT. And at Setup, as we do research in these things, we wanted to look up what the limits were of these models and programs and try to test them with all these little weird prompts. And we kind of did a lot, and it's very interesting to do this research. But on the downside, it also took up a lot of energy, because every picture that you generate costs a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy to train these things. So we wanted to do something back with all these old, kind of vintage AI-generated images that we created. We thought, okay, how can we make this into something interactive and fun? And we made a bingo, which we're going to play today for a while.
Yeah, we're using the early stages of the image generator, so the pictures were still a little wonky, a little weird, and not very clear. So let's start with an example.
Exactly. For instance, this is a picture.
What do we see in here?
Yeah, you can just shout, and we're going to see if you can figure out what the prompt was for this. Anything. What do you see? A dog?
Dog, yeah.
A sloth, yeah, here, yeah, nice.
Right,
sloth.
Yeah.
Anyone else that has any ideas? Dog, sloth?
Dog, sloth. Horse.
Legs, hair.
Dog, sloth acting like a horse.
Not too bad. Okay, we will show you in this case, but as you can see, it's quite difficult. This is dog acting like a cat. Yeah. Totally weird.
And that is the game we're going to play. So okay, let's start with the first number then.
Yeah,
number 36.
Number 36. Here we see a picture, AI generated. Look at your card. Does this prompt match this picture? If it does, cross it off. If it doesn't,
what do you see?
Too bad.
This one is very clear if you have it on your card. Take your time, take all the time you need.
As I was saying, we have a short intermezzo in which we're going to teach you, or give you some mantras that can help you talk about AI and think about AI.
We're going to talk about more of the ethical side of AI. So,
exactly. Indeed, so it will also be informative. And we're going to start with a beautiful picture here. I'm going to ask you a question. It says it here. Select all images with AI. Are there any images that you say like, this is AI, I see it now? No? Yeah? This one?
What images are we going to select?
Yeah? This one?
This one?
Yeah? Another one? Top right, I hear? Yeah? Anybody who wants to explain why they said one of these pictures from the top left, I think? Who said that? Yeah? Hands are bad? Hands are bad. Why are hands bad?
Because AI has a very hard time creating hands. It's extremely complicated. They're not on pictures a lot of the time, so it doesn't have a lot of data, and they have a lot of different positions they can be in that are valid. So it has no idea how to do hands.
Fair enough, but is this the question? Is this AI? Is the question? Fair enough.
What is our visual interpretation of AI as we see AI?
Okay, sure, no clue. Nothing particular.
Nothing of this. No?
No. Okay. I mean, the closest is a neural network, I guess, which is the middle right button.
Yeah, the middle. Yeah.
Oh, middle right.
Fair enough. Cool. Indeed, but it's very true what you say. I think for a lot of us, it's quite difficult to understand, or to think. Okay, what is AI? What is the image that we have of AI? Because as you see, it's all blue. It's all very technical, and there's humans and brains and everything like that. But I think we know by this time that AI is not just this beautiful image of this blue, weird, super intelligent thing. It's a little more complicated than that. But what it is, it's kind of hard to say. But we have an example for that as well. Who recognizes this kind of test? this kind of...
Has everyone done a captcha test?
Indeed.
Yeah?
Well, this is a reCAPTCHA. Does anybody know what it is? That can explain it? I see a hand over there. Do you want to quickly?
If I remember correctly, it's something that websites use to make sure you're a human, actually. And it actually is much more complicated behind the scenes because they also check out the rest of your searches and everything, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
To make sure that, it's actually a human looking at the site.
Yeah.
Very correct.
And does everyone also remember that these images are also sometimes very hard? So there's the car on one, but there's also like a car on both of them.
Yeah.
And so you cannot really make a choice.
Indeed.
But why do they do that, Thomas?
We can explain it. Oh, you can also explain it?
I think so.
Yeah, you can try.
So
I believe you.
There's actually two things. I think they use the CAPTCHAs partially to train AI models. So the human input, but like, is this a car? Are there cars on this picture? It'll use that data to train AI, and also it distinguishes you from AI by not only the pictures you click, but the interaction, the way you interact with them. So actually, your mouse movements get tracked because we humans are very bad at having optimized movements with mice. So they track your mouse, and if you make a curve, for example, you're less likely to be a computer because it's very unlikely for a computer to go point to point with a curve. It will always use a straight line.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what we're going to say.
Very well explained. Next time we can give you the jacket, I think, because that's exactly what we were going to say. Indeed, these images are actually made indeed to also to help you train AI. It's not only so they can determine if whether you're AI or robot, which they indeed do by tracking your mouse movement, but it's also a big question of, okay, they have these 9 pictures. 2 of them are quite clearly a car usually. 2 or 3 of them are quite clearly not a car, and the rest, they are not really sure about. And Google or other big companies that create these tests give you you kind of test for them whether they're robots or not, and cars or not, and they teach it indeed to their AI machines.
Yeah.
Basically, the mantra that we want to give with you, based on this, it's in Dutch, but we will translate it. Due to AI, it's not that jobs disappear, but they kind of become more invisible. And the reason why we say this is because of the last example. The clicking of the cars and the traffic lights in these CAPTCHA tests, what you do, is actually work that you do for the companies that create AIs. You're training the AIs, because these AI models are, they can do quite a lot of nice things, like we saw in the very wonky pictures and probably through the use or encounters that you have with them yourself. There's quite a lot of things that you can do, but they can do these things because they're trained by a lot of people. They're fed with a lot of input of saying, okay, this is a car and this is not a car, or this is how you respond to these texts, this is how people normally respond to these kinds of prompts.
And for a lot of people, AI is a very abstract concept. And this way we want to let you know that there are a lot of people behind AI, that train AI, that work on code. They not only take work away from us, but also create jobs, create different opportunities.
And the jobs that they create are often behind the scenes. And the prime example is a click worker. Here we have like a random image of a click worker. What do click workers do? Basically, they click all day on these kind of, this is a car, this is not a car. Yeah. They basically provide input data on and on and on to AI so that they can improve and keep up with what's happening in the world, because the world changes constantly, but the AI needs to keep up and give updated answers. But this is not only like a job that somebody does like full time, but it's also something that we all do in our daily lives. And our question to you guys is, can you maybe think of any other examples in your daily life in which you train AI systems? Basically, you're doing work for these companies.
When are you a click worker?
Yeah, we have like here very strongly someone who wants the mic. Yeah.
Oh, no mic, no mic.
The waving is very throwing off. Anybody else who has an idea of what can happen? Like anything that you did today that might have trained an AI down the line somewhere?
I think just watching videos on Netflix or YouTube, just by choosing videos you like, it learns the pattern or like
definitely.
the kind of movies you like. Yeah.
Very good one. We have another one, yeah?
If I remember correctly, it's also that Meta, for example, also trains their AIs using posts that we post on there, on Instagram, Facebook, wherever.
Yeah. Very correct indeed. Any other ideas? Here we have another one. Yeah.
Sure, a lot of content on the internet, Reddit, GitHub, Stack Overflow are all being scrubbed for teaching AIs.
Yeah.
And also most search engines, TikTok is one of the worst ones where it actually has become very good at predicting stuff about you. TikTok will probably know you're pregnant before you do. It's a more accurate pregnancy test nowadays than a lot of pregnancy tests. It's actually very scary.
Yeah. No, it is indeed very scary, and there's a lot happening. And indeed, basically, all the actions that you do online, posting something online, reading something online, it's basically all, or at least most of it, being tracked and being used indeed for these AI systems. Which gives us back to the mantra that we showed you. It's not that jobs are disappearing, it's just becoming more invisible. You are doing the work that is needed to provide for these AIs, and you don't even know it. Which is something that we want to give to you.
Definitely. But I think we're going to play bingo.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed, this has been enough. We're going to go back to bingo. We're going to play the music again. There we go.
Number 5, Thomas.
Yeah, have you all seen this? Is this all
I
good?
think everyone's seen it,
Number
right?
5 we go?
Number 5. Number 5.
Let's see number 5. Wow. Amazing. Bingo? Yeah, but you have to say bingo, otherwise...
Bingo.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, bingo.
Let's see.
Let's see.
I think...
He has a double bingo.
Double bingo, wow. Congratulations, I think. You can get your prize. Congratulations, very well done. See, it is still possible, people. We're not scamming you. The prizes are real, the bingo cards are real.
We're playing for the full
yes,
car.
Exactly. Right now,
beautiful beach towel.
if you want this, you can play extra hard. We're not playing for rows anymore. They're redundant. But if you have a lot of rows, you are a lot closer to this towel. So if you have all the things crossed on your bingo card, you can yell bingo, and you can come up front, and we will check it, just like it's been happening now. I think we're going to do another round. Let's go.
45, Thomas.
45. Let's see what 45 is.
I've seen some mistakes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But before we move to the next number, we have another short intermezzo with another mantra that we're going to do. Another round of pictures. I should have maybe done a trigger warning. My apologies. But our question to you guys is, what do we see here, basically? What's wrong with these pictures, or what are you noticing that's maybe a little off? Anybody who dares? You can just shout.
It's woke AI.
Woke AI.
Well, it's an overcompensation. They weren't very... So there was a problem where when you put in the prompt for a doctor, it would only show white males, like exclusively. So they tried to overcompensate, but then when you put in prompts like the Pope, it would make a black Pope or a black Nazi, which was obviously a problem. So they banned making pictures of humans altogether.
Okay. Well, yeah, very well explained once again.
We don't have to do this presentation anymore. We all know the ethical part of AI.
Indeed, this is exactly what you see here. You have here 3 pictures of indeed AI-generated pictures that are not completely historically correct. For instance, a female pope, a black Nazi soldier in World War II Germany, and a Native American founding father of America, which are 3 things that didn't really happen, probably not, or definitely not big things, but they're still generated by AI because of exactly what was explained here. There was a long time in the beginning where AI were kind of stereotypical and racist, and they would indeed show only white males as doctors and only females as, or women as cleaners, for instance, especially Hispanic women, which is quite problematic. I think we can all agree on that. And they indeed try to overcompensate or compensate by adding a lot of data on a lot of diverse people. And then you get images like this, which is maybe also not what we want. At least it's not what I think is indeed historically representative. I don't know how you guys feel about it. But basically we bring this to another mantra, which we will explain once again from Dutch to English. More data doesn't mean less stereotypes, very shortly. In this is a very nice example. They try to add on more data to counteract the stereotypes because, well, everybody can be a doctor, everybody can be a housekeeper, everybody can be anything. However, just adding more data doesn't really get the context of some like the pictures here, some more historical figures or terms that you give to the AI. And that's a bigger problem with AI. Often they can't really read the context, or often they cannot understand context the way that we do. It's very complicated for AI. And our question to you actually is to maybe, can you think of other examples where this is a problem? Where AI not reading context or not being fully up to the job, or places where you think, oh, maybe AI isn't fit for this kind of thing. Do you have any ideas of examples? You have one, nice.
Making a sketch of Thai King Chulalongkorn.
Making a?
What do you call the picture of Thai King from history?
Yeah.
Chulalongkorn. That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would depict it wrong because it's not geared. It wouldn't be geared to depict Asians, I think.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point indeed.
Yeah.
Didn't actually tell. That's actually a very good point because a lot of the data that's being used for these AI models to train them is not very represented around the whole world. I think from the
it's very based on Western society,
Exactly.
Western world, the way we look at certain stereotypes. Yeah.
Indeed, more than half of the data is from the US, and so all the stereotypes from the US also come here. But are there any other ideas of points where AI might not be the best solution or it doesn't really work?
Or translating.
Translating.
It does not understand context of some sentences.
Yeah, definitely.
Fair enough. That's a good one. Here we have also one.
I think an algorithm for training healthcare, because it can lead to dangerous stereotypes.
Yeah, that's also true. Healthcare also indeed. If you leave to an AI who gets cured or helped and who a little less, that's also quite problematic.
Exactly.
We have one here as well.
Yes, an example we hear a lot is when applying for a job. If the AI checks the applications, it uses data from previous workers, which are overrepresented by the statistical, the big five, males, trades, etc.
Yeah, exactly. Also a very good one indeed. As we can see, there's a lot of things that maybe AI, like the lack of context in AI can be a problem. One other big thing that's a little more known in Dutch is the toeslagenaffaire, where AI, or at least in this case algorithms, which is basically AI, also determined whether people would get toeslagen. Help me out here.
I don't know.
Okay. Money from the government for things that they needed, which is quite problematic. It's been a big scandal in funds, indeed, big scandal in the Netherlands, because indeed AI in this case was used for something that it's maybe not up to the task for. Some things are maybe better left to humans who understand context a little better. That's why we give this Menta more data. However much data you put in it doesn't really necessarily lead to less stereotypes because of this lack of context in AI.
Correct.
That being said, I think we can go by bingo again.
Yeah. Let's play for the full card. Let's play for the last prize. Number 13, Thomas.
Number 13 we're going to do. It's hairy. It's very hairy. Indeed. Yes. Yeah, are there people indeed that only have one left?
One left.
That have two left?
4 full cards. I got here one, yeah. Number 41.
41 we're going to see. All right. What might this be? I think by now you get like a little the hang of it, of what you can expect from these pictures, but some may still throw a curveball at you. So keep paying attention.
Hey!
Now we hear bingo. Let's see if it's correct now. Yeah, you might be able to win the towel. Do you know where you're going to go with it? No. No vacation plans that you're like, this is the perfect place where I can show off my beautiful Zeeland. Zeeland's very nice. And you can take it to Zeeland. Congratulations. Very well done. Yes, and I hope you enjoy it. It dries well. Show everybody the picture maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for playing AI bullshit bingo with us. We're quitting a bit early, but if there still are any questions, we're open for that.
I would thank you a lot for playing with us. I hope you enjoyed bingo. I hope you learned some things about AI, or at least started thinking about it a little more. That it's not something far away, but actually you're kind of working on it every day. There's some folders also on the table if you're interested in other things that we are doing with setup. please take them. Ask us if they're out. There's also nice postcards with a Furby dressed as André Hazes. If you're into that, you can take some. But yeah, we had a great time with you today. If you're more interested in setup, you can look it up on the website, www.setup.nl. And thank you. Talk to us if you're more interested to hear more. And I hope you have a nice day here today. And thank you all for joining. Yeah, very well played.